much fun here, and today I'm going to be reviewing set 6380, the Emergency Treatment Center. This set comes with 308 pieces and released all the way back in 1987. I wouldn't have been born for more than 20 years. It also retails for $30, but with the information out of the way, why don't we get to a time lapse of me building this thing so you can see how it goes together, then we can do the review. Review off on is with the instruction manual. It's obviously looks like a simple instruction manual, but let me just say, it is like very foldy, like I don't really know. The depiction they have on the front of the set is very simple. It's just like a blue sky and then some green grass. It's very simple compared to what they would have today. The Lego logo is a little bit different because it has like a little more outlining. I just think it's actually pretty cool to see how it's evolved. It says Legoland at the top right, or top left, what am I doing? I don't know why it says Legoland. It's a little odd. But then if you get into the instruction manual, I'll show you. They tell you to put a lot of pieces down per step, which I think is odd. Today, like you would see like just maybe 1 or 2 or 3 pieces. Now they're like telling you to put down 10 or something. They also don't have the part list at the top, which I think is a little odd. It will just make it a lot easier to build if they just didn't have so many pieces and they had a part list at the top. Obviously, they fixed that today, and that's why instruction manuals are so easy to follow today. So now I'll show you the minifigures. So you get 5 minifigures in this set. 3 doctors and 2 like regular people. So this first doctor here just has a very simple torso print right there. Just kind of has a stethoscope and the cross. His hairpiece is pretty simple. It's the regular male hairpiece they used for lots of minifigures back then. He also has some very regular white pants. No back printing and the same old smiley face. This female doctor has a different torso print, kind of like a little jacket. It has like a suggestion of a pocket, which I think is pretty nice. Obviously the same face print, but the hairpiece is actually like a female hairpiece, which they use for Luke Skywalker sometimes, which was a little odd. But she just has the regular white pants, so yeah, pretty simple minifigure. The third driver might be the ambulance driver because he has this very nice white hat. It's a different mold that they have, so that's pretty nice. Obviously the same face print, the same torso print as the previous minifigure. Also looks like there's a little bit of scuffing on this minifigure. But he has some very nice gray pants. No back printing because they pretty much haven't figured it out. Very simple. This first civilian in the set actually has a twin because, yeah. I don't think he actually has a twin, but yeah, he's basically has the same hair and face as another doctor in the set. So yeah, he has this actually pretty nice torso print there, which is just kind of like a jacket with some pockets. Some very simple blue pants, no back printing, very nice. And this last minifigure is probably my favorite because she comes with this very nice hairpiece there. It's pretty simple, but it's kind of like a combination between that male hairpiece and just added some pigtails. And I think Lego put it out of production because the pigtails snapped off too easily, which is probably the reason it's not found in many sets back then, and also it's not even found anywhere today. The torso print is very simple. It's a little bit darker than the pants though because it was printed on white, but no back printing, just some red legs. Very good. Okay, here's the ambulance included in the set. And I absolutely love how well this thing works, even for how simple it is. These panels on the side are just printed pieces. I love how they match the print up with this door right here, which you can open like so. Pretty simple. It really doesn't work for minifigures, but it's kind of just for a little extra play. On the back, there's this little door that you can open up if you would like and fit a stretcher in there, so you can do that. You can also open that little window up there too. Anyway, it has these small little wheels that can roll down. This side is basically the same. There's a simple antenna on the top, a nice little cross printed piece. Obviously it has these lights right here, which are just blue, more blue lights right there. The windshield, you can also open this up so you can get access to the interior there for the kind of the seat. There's only one. It's pretty cramped, but there's just one steering wheel right there. You can close that back down, and then there's also this grill on the front. So yeah, I just really love how simple this thing is, but how well it works with the set. So here's the hospital, and I really love the look of this thing. They obviously have this hospital sign up front here, which is just a print that they already designed. Kind of wish it said hospital, but then again, they already designed the print, which is fine. You have this nice tree piece over here, and some chairs out in the front where you can put minifigures to wait until they go in the hospital. It's kind of like a waiting room. You also have these yellow lights out front, which kind of light the pathway right here. You also have these nice flowers. And actually the whole base plate this thing is built on is green, and then they just printed on this road, which I think is pretty nice. They could have, I don't know why they didn't exactly just dual mold it, so they didn't have to print that, but whatever. You can drive your ambulance up there and into the nice little garage. You have to make sure your antenna is tucked down so that can go right in there. Also, all these windows are stickers, which I didn't apply because they were applied like a long time ago probably. But yeah, they're still sticking on here, which is pretty cool. There's two versions. There's one with the red cross and then one with no red cross, which is just like used right there. Also, these windows right here can be moved if you want to like let light in or something like that. Also, these are prints I found out. From the sign, there's also another window right there. There's this nice little yellow light right here, which is kind of lighting up the garage, which I think is cool. They use some slope pieces right here, which looks good. There's also this cross print up there, which is nice. There's a nice little gray trash can right there if you want to put anything in there that might be coming from the hospital. But then the back of the hospital is all opened up, kind of like a dollhouse. The first room on the top floor really doesn't make sense because there's no stairway or elevator to get up here. So basically you have to pretend that the minifigures are flying up to the room. But I kind of think of this room as kind of like the break and rest room, or not the bathroom, but like just a break room, because they have this refrigerator which you can open up and a nice little coffee cup right there. You can stand minifigures around. Kind of wish there was some furniture in here just to give them a place to sit. But this side they'll just give them places to stand, or they can just sit on the floor. Now I'm sorry if it's a little bit dark, but right below the break room right here is a small little office. There's also this suggested doorway through here. I think there should have been a door right here, so it's kind of like going outside and inside. But yeah, this office right here has some coffee mugs, and there's this minifigure head back here, which is just completely transparent. But there's a coffee mug right here. There's also this printed slope right here. This slope is extremely simple, and it just has this small little tile at the top. You can see the minifigure in the swivel chair back here, which can swivel around, and you can have them working at this typewriter sort of thing. There's also these windows all around, which looks really great. The final room, which is the operating room, actually has this nice little light up here, which you can move around in any direction you really want. I don't know why they made the light green. I think it should have been like a blue, or even just a transparent white, or maybe even a yellow. Not quite sure why they chose green for that. But you also have the stretcher you can put in there if you want. It's not really studded in, so unfortunately it kind of just slides around, but you can just kind of like get it to stop somewhere on that. You can also put a patient on there if you would like. They can just go right there, so yeah. I'm not quite sure why this air tank is here. I don't know if you're like supposed to hook the patient up to it or something, if you're like doing some sort of procedure or something. There's also this printed piece over there, which is basically just like some sort of computer thing where they can look at some numbers or something. Obviously, there's grass on the floor. Not quite sure why there is grass. This room also had grass, which is odd. So yeah, that's one of my biggest complaints with this set is the floor is basically grass. That'll basically finish out the full review on this. So now we can just get to my final thoughts. Obviously, I can't tell you guys to go out and get this set since it was released over 20 years ago. But for the time, this was a pretty cool set. It came with 5 whole minifigures for only $30. Granted, these minifigures weren't that good. They all came with the same face print. But they were at least some character that you could use to roleplay if you were a kid. The main building is in desperate need of some modern pieces to give it a little more spice. Because, I mean, they use this slope piece like 15,000 times in this set just to give it any form of architecture. So my final conclusion on the set, and with many LEGO sets, is it just didn't age well. It just is in desperate need of many things, like good printing and good pieces. But yeah, hit the like button down below if you want to see more vintage LEGO reviews, and don't forget to subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Goodbye.